What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down some wide receiver drills that all wide receivers need to do that don't require a quarterback. Let's get started. Now, before we get into this video, fellas, if you would like to train with us this offseason, we're going to be coming out to 15 different states across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. So check out that very first link in the description below if you're local to one of the cities we are traveling to. We're coming all the way out to San Francisco, California, Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So again, fellas, if you'd like some more information on how you could sign up to train with us, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. All right, guys, so this next drill is going to be a drill that you only need 2 cones for to work on your quickness out of cuts and your speed and explosion out of cuts. And sorry for the change of scenery from the intro of the video. Apparently you need a permit to film at some places. So we're here, we're on the grass field now. So what we got, all we need is 2 cones. And like I said, no quarterback needed for this drill. This is just solely working on your explosion and your burst out of cuts. So what you got is you got these 2 cones right here. You're going to be using a lot of just like 1 foot explosion, 1 foot stability on this drill. So let's say you're starting out on your right foot. You're obviously going to work this on both sides, but you're going to start balancing on 1 foot. What we're going to do is we're going to explode up and try to jump as high as we can off of 1 foot. So we're going to explode up, and as soon as you hit the ground on that same exact foot, you're going to burst out laterally, switch your feet, make contact with the ground on your left foot, explode up as high as you can again, and then stick the landing. So every single time that your foot hits the ground, we're trying to either explode up or explode out, and then obviously stick the landing at the end. But again, when you guys are running a route, like let's say, for example, you're running a post route, right? When I'm running a post route, and let's say I got a DB right on my hip and I cut, I got to push to separate from that guy, and that requires some explosion, some speed, and obviously some lateral explosion. So that's what this drill is going to be working on. You want to work maybe about 4 to 8 reps on the right leg starting, and then 4 to 8 reps on the left leg starting. I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, so this next drill is going to be a wide receiver press release drill that you guys can do without a quarterback. Like, honestly, guys, you could work on every single press release in your arsenal. You do not need a quarterback there. You just need, honestly, some cones and, like, kind of the mindset of going full speed, even if you don't have a defender in front of you, because a lot of the times releases, moves at the top of the route, we know what to do. We know how to execute them. We know the technique, but it's about repetition, guys. We want repetition, so in an actual game situation, we don't have to think about the move. We can just execute. So that's what this is going to be for. So we're going to be treating a situation where we have like a DB who's lined up in head-up press, right? So he's lined up right in front of me. We talk a lot about shade, like, oh, he's inside shade, he's outside shade. This is a situation where he is right square in front of me, and I'm trying to take an inside release. So maybe I got to run a dig, a post, whatever the situation is. So the release we're working on is something called a wide step release. So a wide step release is exactly how it sounds. You take your back foot, you step wide. We're trying to get this DB to move off of his platform, jump to the outside, and then this towel is here to work on you guys getting skinny on the route, dipping your shoulder so we could get over the top of him and stack, or get him right on my hip so I can lean into him at the break point and separate. So us having to pick up this towel kind of forces us to have to dip that shoulder so we could get up into this DB's cushion off of that wide step. So now, on the wide step release, most important thing is we're trying to make this DB who's right in front of me jump to the outside. Make him think that we're doing a speed release to the outside. So we need some speed on this. So when we do this, we can't just come from a flat-footed position, step, and then go. It's not enough. We need to use something called a kick step. So a kick step is something that you guys can use to load up your hips and create a little bit of explosion off the ball. So you line up here, this kick step, you kick behind your front foot with your back foot. So you kick throw so we can gain more ground, which sells the release, obviously. We can attack vertically, which makes the DB think we're going fade. And then we could shoulder dip, pick up that towel, and go. But we need to start it out with that kick step. Make sure we're stepping wide, dipping that shoulder to grab that towel. I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, so this next drill is a drill that requires absolutely no equipment. You don't need a partner for this drill. You don't need a quarterback for this drill, obviously, and I call this drill red light, green light. So this is one of the best, honestly, in my opinion, probably the best drill that wide receivers can do. I do this with my wide receivers every single workout that we have. Even when we have quarterbacks there and myself there to throw them the ball, because it is such a great drill to work on you dropping your hips and being able to decelerate on a dime, because that's what we need as a wide receiver, right? So this drill, it's literally exactly how it sounds. Red light, green light. I'm sure you guys all played that as kids, where you say green light, you take off and you run. Your objective is to get to the opposite side of like the court or the field, whatever you're on. And then somebody says red light and you got to put the brakes on, you got to stop. Now as a receiver, that's essentially how we run routes that require me to drop my hips, whether that's a hitch route, a comeback, a curl, a dig. We're trying to push vertical, make that DB backpedal, turn his hips, open up the gate, and then put the brakes on a dime so he doesn't have time to react to me and I could get separation. So that's what this drill is for. You just need open space. You need maybe about 30 yards of space. Now, since we don't have a partner on this, normally what I do with my wide receivers is I'll say go, and then I'll yell drop. So they'll be running full speed, then they got to drop their hips when I say drop. Since we don't have a partner in this situation, because these are drills that don't require a quarterback or anybody with you, you're going to do it off of a specific step. So by steps, I mean you're going to be counting your steps. So let's say, for example, you're lined up here. White cone is the starting point. Let's say we're going to work a break off of my third inside step. So if you guys are not familiar with counting steps, you need to get familiar, because when you get to that next level, the collegiate level, every single route that's against zone coverage will be off of steps. So we want to get used to it sooner rather than later. So what you're doing, you are only counting the steps that you take with your inside foot. So we're pretending the quarterback's to my left. We come off the ball, set, go. I don't count that one. That's one. That's two. That's three, and I drop my hips. Now, it's impossible on this drill to be able to stop in like 2 steps, maybe even 3 steps. So you're probably gonna end up taking 5, 6 steps. That is okay. Just when you hit that third inside, don't slow down, don't chop your feet, don't raise up. Let's just drop. Let's have that red light stop where we were trying to put the brakes on right now. So again, we're taking off full speed, just running, we drop, come to balance, and then again you could reset, do 2 sets of third inside, maybe put a cone out here, run and go attack the cone. I'm not the biggest fan of that because I feel like guys will start to look at the cone, but we have to attack and we have to get comfortable without worrying about getting out of the break with my hips slowing me down. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate. Leave those comments in the comment section below. Questions, feedback, we always appreciate it. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different states this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below. Coming out to 15 cities across the country, San Francisco, Charlotte, Miami, all over the place, you guys. So again, very first link in that description below. I'll see you guys next time.